here we come. Hey, it's the Profit Answer Man, Rocky Lalvani. Today, we're going to start with a quote. Not even the greatest guru in the world can take a single step for you. You've got to take it for yourself. It is you who have to do it. No one else can help you. It is you who have to digest your food. It is you who have to understand. No one else can understand for you. It is you who have to seek. Nobody can seek for you. And if what you seek is truth, then you must do this. Anthony DeMello. I'm going to share a story that expands on this quote in a minute. If you're new to the podcast, check out my interview with Mike Michalowicz. It's episode 2. If you want to hear about each chapter in the book, go back and listen to episodes 3 through 13. On the Profit Answer Man, we learn money mastery without all the complicated mumbo-jumbo, using a simple system. Let's face it, your accountant is busy documenting your transactions and creating a rear-view mirror of what happened. My guess is you don't even look at their reports. If you're like most business owners, you struggle with this. And it's not your fault. We aren't taught money in school, and accountants aren't taught how to be profitable. However, the Profit First system created by Mike Michalowicz works, and he certified me to help you implement the system in your business. Remember, the new equation is sales minus profit equals expenses. Let's face it, without cash flow, you can't pay your employees, buy needed material, or pay your mortgage and support your family. I help you to do that and more so you can focus on the parts of the business you love and receive the rewards for your labor and investment into your business. The stronger you are as a business owner, the more jobs you create, the better we are as a country. So thank you. Small business owners are the backbone of America, and for that, you also deserve to be well rewarded. Just remember, more revenue doesn't equal more profit. And that's why we focus on the bottom line. So last week's episode was a little deep. This week, I want to go the opposite direction and keep it light. I usually don't talk much about me on the podcast, but I want to share my weight loss journey, as it's January, and for the next 3 weeks, the gyms are going to be crowded. For years, I would go to the gym, on and off, and I tried diets, and I never lost weight. As a matter of fact, it seemed like every year, I would gain a couple pounds. And while that's not a lot, it seems like over time, it compounds. And the next thing you know, I'm a lot fatter and out of shape than I want to be. I would go to the gym, I'd use all those cable machines, and after years and years of going to the gym, I might be able to move up ever so slightly on the weights. I was making no progress whatsoever. I was probably working out with maybe about a third of the stack that was on the machine. At some point, I joined a Mastermind Group, and as part of that, I asked, hey, I need help with my weight. Nothing I'm doing is working. Anyone have any suggestions? Someone in the group introduced me to Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Body. If you don't know Tim, you should. He also wrote the 4-Hour Work Week. They both share the same concept. Do as little as possible and get maximum results. We talk about that here, right? Do half the work and get twice the profits? It's a theme. I started to change the way I did things by following the new formula he provided me on how to lift and what to eat. With the new formula, I started to lose weight and gain strength. Another benefit of my mastermind group was they had an accountability group for working out. It always surprised me how many people would fail to hit their goals every single week while I was consistently doing it. And I realized what the problem were. They were posting that they were going to work out 5 to 7 times a week. That's crazy. I posted I would work out 3 times a week, and I had a stretch goal of 5. I knew I could always get 3 in because it was on my calendar, Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning. And that's why I picked that number. I essentially set myself up for success. I had such a low bar, that I was ensured that I would hit it every week. The problem for the others were if they missed the first couple days of the week, they said, oh, I'm not going to hit my goal. So instead of at least showing up at the gym, they would just give up and not go the rest of the week, which is absurd. But it's human nature, I guess. Even when I was sick or injured, I would still go to the gym for my 3 times a week. When I was there on those days where things weren't going well, I would just do an empty bar. And maybe I might not do as many reps as I would normally do. But what happened is I didn't want to break my habits. It wasn't perfect, but I kept hitting my goals of showing up 3 times a week. Over time, the group introduced me to lifting free weights. Now, I gotta tell you, this is not for me. Going to that side of the gym, having to lift heavy weights with no safety features, it's a little scary. Not to mention embarrassing. All I could think of was dropping the bar on my head and killing myself in some freak accident. But I still did it, and I got a trainer to make sure I was doing it right. That was also a struggle, because all the trainers wanted to do things their way. And well, as I said before, those ways didn't work for me. So finding someone who could do it the way I wanted and would listen to me took a while. After a while of having a ton of success, I just wanted to see how I would do with those machines that I used to use that I barely made progress on after years of trying. To my surprise, even though I had never touched any of those while I was doing my new program, I was able to go back to those machines, and on quite a few of them, I was actually able to lift the entire stack of weights, which means that was like triple, because I was only lifting about a third of them before. It was just amazing to me. I was shocked at the progress I made by doing something so drastically different and not what most other people in the gym are doing. Sometimes the results we want are not in direct correlation to what we do. We've got to do something different to get the result we want. Just like the quote we started with, I had to show up and do the work. No one else could do it for me. But having people around me could help me get there faster. I had coaches, trainers, and accountability partners. And I ended up getting in the best shape of my life. Now, that was probably 7, 8, 9 years ago. I don't even remember the exact time frame. I've gained a few pounds back in 2021, so start a new diet. I've tried a few, and they're all not working the way I want them to. So hopefully this new one will, and I'm going to try something totally different, and we'll see if we can get those results. Why am I sharing this with you? Because it relates to profit first. See, we're given the wrong message from accountants on how to measure profits. We have the wrong systems in place for business success. A lot of what was in Tim's book was counterintuitive. I actually started eating more and losing weight. People also told me, you can't gain muscle and lose weight at the same time. Those are conflicting goals. Well, they were wrong. I can't tell you how many people will tell me, I'm going to go to the gym once I lose weight. I can assure you, they never get to the gym because they never lose weight. Just like business owners tell me, we'll be profitable when we hit some revenue goal or when some event occurs, like they sell out their business and they cash out. Here's the reality. They never do. It's a rarity. See, profit is a habit. It's not an event. Just like my habit of showing up at the gym. I know there's a lot of big companies selling billions of dollars like Uber, Lyft, WeWork, DoorDash, all these tech companies, and they barely show a profit for it. Tesla is finally showing a profit. but compared to its sales, it's a pittance. Other companies like Apple, Microsoft, they are highly, highly profitable. Amazon's profitable today, but they did have to scale up. The question is what is it that you want? The end of the day, though, we have to be profitable, and we can't wait 10 years for that to occur. Another concept people are confused by. Profits are something a company should pay out. Otherwise, it's an imaginary number. You can't just grow your way there. You have to cut spending. And it's what nobody wants to hear. When I lost weight, and I did lose about 50 pounds, people would come up to me and they'd be like, "What's the secret? How'd you do it?" And I would tell them, diet and exercise. And invariably, they all lost interest with those two words. They all wanted a magic bullet. Here's the reality. We're all on a diet. Some people just choose better ones. And some people are on the seafood diet. They see food and they eat it. It's a choice. Since it's January, I suggest you find some financial goals. Aim, measure, improve. When you do that, you're more likely going to make progress. When you get the right formula, not the one everyone else is using and struggling with, and then you follow the profit first rhythm and get in the habit of taking profits, you're destined to be successful. Oh, and if you're one of those people who cheat on your diet and might steal from your profit account, get rid of temptations and lock the money away in a separate account that's hard to get to. Mike still does this because he knows his behavior and how he gets tempted. And so he's put processes and controls in to ensure that he doesn't cheat himself. If you're struggling with this, I want to introduce you to the power of a simple 3-letter word, yet. That word changes everything. You may not be profitable yet, but it opens the door to the possibility that you can be. Certain principles are universal. They work everywhere, as you can see from today's story. By the way, people who lose weight also seem to increase their wealth. It goes hand in hand both ways. So let's make 2021 your most profitable year yet. I know for my clients, that's what we're projecting, and I'm almost certain they will all hit those goals. Next week, I have on Denise Grove, and she's a CPA. She's going to share her profit first story and how she became enlightened. Let's remember, you don't need more resources. You need to be more resourceful. Remember to focus on the bottom line. If you want help, you can have me as your Chief Profitability Officer because you have your zone of genius and want to spend the time doing what you love. I only work with a handful of clients so they get my full attention. I work with business owners who are growing to $500,000 to $5 million in revenue. There's a scheduling link in the show notes to get on my calendar. Schedule 15 minutes. It's basically a good fit call to see if this is right for you and you're right for me. It's like having a trainer, a teacher, and an accountability partner all wrapped up in one to help you hit your goals. If you want to learn more about living the life of your dreams, check out my other podcast, Richer Soul. As we close out, let's repeat the mantra. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash is king. Let's thrive and grow. Have a profitable day.